All right, so today we're going to trace the entire life story of a product. I mean, from that very first spark of an idea all the way to the screen that's probably in your hand right now. We're pulling back the curtain on the world of marketing.
So, when you hear that word marketing, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For most of us, right, it's probably those slick TV ads, or maybe a super catchy jingle, or hey, maybe it's that influencer post you just scrolled past a minute ago. But here's the thing, all of that, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's really the final act in a much, much bigger play, one that starts way before a single ad ever gets made.
See, before a single one of those ads is made, before a logo is even sketched out, real marketing starts with a super simple question. Is this thing actually useful? At its very core, great marketing isn't about just, selling stuff. It's about creating something that people genuinely need or want. And this core concept, it actually has a name, utility. You got to remember that word. It's the real starting point for any product. It's the whole reason for it to exist. It's why. Just think about it, right? A warm coat has utility because, well, it keeps you from freezing. A food delivery app has utility because it saves you from cooking when you're starving. Bottom line, if you don't have utility, you've got nothing to market. Simple as that.
Okay, so let's say you've got it. You have an idea with some real utility. Now what? How do you actually build that into something people are going to buy? Well, this is where marketers turn to their essential toolkit, a set of 4 classic building blocks for any solid strategy.
And this is what's known as the classic marketing mix, or more famously, the 4 Ps. The best way to think about it is like the product's DNA. It's the essential code that defines everything, what it is, how much it costs, where you can find it, and of course, how you even hear about it in the first place. First up, you've got the product. That's the what. And listen, this is so much more than just the physical thing you hold in your hand. The product is the entire experience. We're talking about everything from the slick packaging and the easy-to-use app, all the way to the friendly customer support you get when, something goes wrong.
Next up is price. And a price is never ever just a random number. It's a really careful calculation of value. It has to work for the business for sure, but just as importantly, it has to feel fair and justify to the person who's about to click that buy button.
Then we have the third P, place. This one is all about access. I mean, how does your product physically get into a customer's hands? Is it sitting there on a shelf at Target? Is it just one click away on Amazon? Or maybe it's an instant download from the App Store. Getting this piece of the puzzle right is absolutely 100% crucial.
And finally, we get to the last P, promotion. Now, this is the part we all think of first, right? The ads, the social media campaigns, the billboards. This is the moment in the story where you finally get to shout from the rooftops and tell everyone about the awesome value you've built.
But here's the really important part. These aren't just 4 separate things on a to-do list. No way. They are a totally integrated system, that DNA we talked about. Just think about your morning coffee. The beans, the delicious brew itself, that's the product. The $5 you paid, that's price. The cozy cafe you're sitting in, that's place. And that super familiar logo on the cup, that's pure promotion. See? It's all working together perfectly.
All right, so you've got your 4P blueprint ready to go. Now it's time to plan the launch. And this is key, because no product exists in a bubble. A winning strategy means you have to deeply, deeply understand the world your product is about to enter.
And for that, marketers use a pretty simple but an incredibly powerful tool. It's called a SWOT analysis. Think of it as a total reality check. You look inside your own company at your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you look outside at the market's opportunities and threats. It's really all about being brutally honest with yourself, asking questions like, what are we great at? Where are we kind of weak? What trends out there can we jump on? And what big, scary dangers are lurking around the corner?
And that last one, threats, brings us to something every marketer obsesses over, competition. And it really comes in 2 main flavors. First, you've got your direct competition. That's the obvious stuff, right? Starbucks versus the other coffee shop right across the street. But then you have indirect competition, and this stuff is way sneakier. It's not another coffee shop, it's the energy drink or the tea that solves that exact same I need a pick-me-up problem. And ignoring that kind of competition, well, that can be a fatal mistake.
And let's be real, today, that whole competitive arena is overwhelmingly digital. E-commerce and social media haven't just changed the rules of the game, they've gone and built a whole new stadium. I mean, it's no secret that online shopping has basically taken over the world. But why? Well, it's because it delivers perfectly on what we all crave as consumers. You can instantly compare prices to make sure you're getting the best deal. You have this massive global marketplace that's open 24/7, right from your couch. And you've got algorithms that can give you personalized recommendations that a physical store could only dream about.
And honestly, nothing captures this evolution better than social media. I mean, just think for a second about how much it's transformed. It is no longer just for your vacation photos or for connecting with old high school friends. Not at all. It's now a full-blown commercial ecosystem. It's an essential part of the journey every modern customer takes from the second they discover something new to the moment they finally hit that buy button.
And the numbers here are, well, they're staggering. Get this, a full 47% of millennial shoppers, we're talking nearly half of an entire generation, say their purchasing decisions are directly influenced by what they see on social media. That is a massive, massive shift in power. So what this does is create a completely new path to making a purchase. Think about it. You might discover some cool new brand from an influencer's post. Then you dive into the comments and reviews to do a little research, and then you make the final purchase. And sometimes you do all of that without ever leaving the app. It's become this seamless, socially driven way to shop.
So, when you pull it all together, what do you get? You see that marketing isn't just one thing. It's not just that clever ad you saw. It is the entire integrated process. It starts with that initial spark of a useful idea. It moves through the strategic blueprint of the 4 Ps, and it goes all the way to that final, satisfying tap on the Buy Now button.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question. You know, this playbook we've walked through has been the foundation of marketing for decades, but it's constantly changing, constantly evolving. With things like AI allowing for radical new kinds of personalization, and as our digital and physical worlds just keep merging, the story of marketing is far from over. So the real question is, what's the next chapter going to look like?